guys, welcome back. Uh, Today we're going to be working on a Saturn, the same one I did the transmission filter and fluid swap. Uh, the 2006 Saturn View with the 2.2 liter VTEC. No, I'm just playing. It's this guy. Yeah, it's a pretty common engine. We're going to be doing alternator. You can see it. You can see it right there. Where is that? Let me see. Okay, I can't see it. Well, that's the. Well, anyways, I'll give you the better shot. Hold on. Right there, got the computer right there. I believe it's computer. I mean, it's got the two typical connections. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that today. Roll the intro. What's up, broskies? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Gilbert. So first thing first, I already know the alternator is bad. Got a voltmeter on there. Should be showing 14 volts when it's charging, and it was showing like 10. Or when the car is running, you let me show you. On your post, your negative, positive, and it should be DC 14 volts, an average 14 volts. But this one wasn't doing anything. It was like 8 volts, so it was running on pure battery. And here I got a setting here where it's alternator percentage on my battery charger, and you turn on the car and it showed 0% on that. So I mean, even when you rev out the engine, nothing was coming out. So I mean, I'm still gonna get it tested at an auto parts store when I pull the alternator out. But yeah, first things first, you're gonna pull out the air box, which you got one, two Phillips, or what is it, 5/16 quarter inch, and then the plug off the intake. I guess mass airflow sensor or some sensor. Got to pull the breather pipe, which this needs to get replaced, but on a later date. Pull out the breather. It's gonna be this coolant hose, or yeah, it's a coolant hose. It's on a clip. Pull the clip off, and then what else? Yeah, once you got that one undone, the hose clamp, just pull it up, take it off of there, and then you got to pull this guy, give you some more room. Which there's a bolt here, number 10. This guy, number 10. Pull it out, and then yank out, and it's also connected right here with the cool air hose, and then these two little thingamajigs that pop in. But I mean, I already popped it out. You pull it out, up, and you know, you're gonna wiggle. And now you're gonna have to take off, which I already did. Remove these 4 bolts, number 10s from the ECU. I believe it's an ECU. I don't know. If anybody knows what it is, hit me up. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a pretty small ECU. It's not like VTEC. I don't see no Honda stamp on it. Well, you move it out of the way. I mean, you can unplug it if you want, but I'm just gonna move it out of the way. Be conscious with the clips. You don't want to jack them up. Now, which I already done most of this. 13mm bolts, which hold these two in, which I already pulled them out. I'm doing some of the dirty work for you. Yeah, I mean, where are we at? Right there. I mean, we got 1, 2, 14mm. And you take the air box out so you can get better room. Now here, you're gonna have to take the tensioner. You're gonna relieve some of the tension off the tensioner, which I haven't done yet because it's a 3/8 drive, little slot. I don't have the right tool, so usually I just use the ratchet and take some of the tension out, take the belt off. And I'm still trying to find the bottom bolt that pivots. No, it doesn't pivot. Yeah, it doesn't pivot. But trying to find the other bolt at the bottom. I haven't actually found it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's right underneath right here. I mean, it's kind of hard to show you, but if you got this top bolt that you take out, right directly under it, it's right there. Bam. Let me see if there's another one, if I can feel it. No, I don't feel one, but there you go. Boom. And then you got this clip, which I haven't got out yet, because I'm going to take the bottom bolt out, take this guy out at the same time so I can see what I'm doing. And then you also got the positive terminal here that goes, I believe, to here, or I think it goes to the starter. I don't know. You mean it goes somewhere, but beside the point, it probably goes from here to the starter, and then from the starter up. Who knows? But we're mainly on the alternator, so I'm gonna get this guy off, and it's the 13mm bolt. So I'm gonna get that sucker off and get back at you in a minute. So yeah, just use a regular. Well, I don't even think I need to hit the tensioner. Yo, she went to the store. I think she went to go meet with Edgar. Yeah, I'm just gonna send it and loosen it up. I don't know if I can mess up the belt like that, but I'm having a real hard time getting that belt off with the ratchet. Say, you get the right tool for the right job. I need to invest in one of those tools for the serpentine belt tensioner. But I'm gonna zip this off and update you on if, well, you know what, let's just do it. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna try to do it right. So on the tensioner, there's a little 3/8 drive hole. I don't even know. Let me see. Up. I have to do up. Hold on. It's kind of difficult doing it in here. I can't really use my tripod. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it off camera. To take out the tent, relieve the stress. So you get your channel locks and grip right at the tip of the tensioner, right there, or you pull it up and you take the tension out. Now, let me see if I can watch my index finger. Watch my index finger. Doing some witchcraft over here. Okay, I can't do it with on the camera. Okay, so you hold it up and then you grab it, move it over, and then you lower it. Take the tension out. That was some in-depth, high def right there, Papa. So when you do that, you can finish taking off the damn bolt. That was pretty interesting. I've never used a pair of channel locks to take off a tensioner. So this should take it off here. These bolts are pretty long, but the threads aren't. Oh wow, I just tightened it. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Bam, there we go. Third one. Now you can see it's completely loose. It's all over the place. Now you can see under there we got, I can see the clip here. Jeez. Sometimes I wish I had a third hand. Yeah, you can't see the goods. Okay, I want to show you everything, but basically this clip here, you lift up and then out. But it's kind of difficult to do it when I'm trying to show you guys while I'm doing it. Let's see. Okay, lift it up. Bam! With the 10mm wrench assist. Wow, just one little wire. Look at that big old clip just for one stinking wire. Get out of here. Look at this guy. Overkill. I guess they do that because it's I guess a universal type alternator. I don't know. Maybe. Makes sense, right? Yeah. Yeah, Gilbert. Now you pull the little boot off so you won't blow yourself. Remember to take it off. See, it's off. The battery's off. Turn around. So this is not energized. Even though it's just 12 volts, you will get some sparkies, and you don't want that. I mean, you can damage your ECU, or you know, you can damage stuff like that. So, like, say I'm with this wrench and I ground that out, boom, get some fire going on there. You don't want that. That's why you always disconnect. Even with the starter. The starter, you do the same thing. Okay, it looks like it's a half inch nut. It's a half inch nut. Spin that off. It's not that tight, but tight enough where I can't get it with one hand. Now hopefully it fits through here. Got him. Oh jeez. Now it's easier to do this when your back is not hurting. So this is all on its glory. Looks like it spins pretty easy. Woo! Look at that! Look at that turbocharger. What? You ain't got no alternator. It's a turbo. That is awesome. That's why you're getting all that power. All that power. That 12-volt power out of this electronic turbo. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna pause the video for now because I'm gonna have to go. Well, not really pause it, but I mean, in my area, it looks like. Look at that, 14 volt, 105 amps. That is a lot of amps, bro. But it was not putting out anything near 14 volts. I wish I had video on that, me troubleshooting it, but I mean, I guess I can demonstrate when it's reinstalled and show you that the new one will give you 14 volts. I mean, 14 volts might not sound like a lot, but that's all you need on a car. So, yeah. I'm gonna run out, get this part. I might take y'all. Don't really want to put them on video. I don't know. I might have to swallow my pride and put them. I don't really want to advertise them because they don't pay me money to advertise them. But I might take it down there. I might take you with them and demonstrate them testing it for the people who don't know, or I don't know. I might just do it. But yeah, I might maybe do the bench test. Show y'all what they look for. I don't know. Alright guys, I'll see you in a minute. Alternator, got it. Well, yeah, I got it. Same thing, different color, different manufacturer. The other one was the original GM. So we'll get it going, snap it in, hit the tensioner, snap the tensioner back, slide on the pulley. Let's see if I'll be able to do that while recording. But one thing I found out about this is check out this rack and pinion. Has no inlets for fluid. I wonder if it's kind of odd. Manual rack, maybe, I don't know. So I'm gonna get the undo or do the backward step, put the positive part and then the clip on the guy. All right, hold on, I'm gonna get going. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna get one bolt in there and then I'll fill you in. Okay, so I got the positive cable back on there. Just gotta hit it with the wrench. I don't think this needs to be too crazy tight. I do recommend putting the positive lead back on there while it is unbolted, because when it's bolted in, you really don't have much room to get it unless you take off the intake and stuff to get to this, which I think smarter. I'm gonna work smarter, not harder. Sometimes less is more. And then snap the clip back in there. Put the boot over it so you won't ground anything out. Now the 2 bolts go on top. So you can always start one. Hold on. Alright, so basically earlier when I took this off, I didn't even have to take it off. I had perfect room all the way around. But I mean, I'll fill you in the beginning of the video, so you won't have to do that. But this little tip I kind of known that you can do if you're unsure that if you even need an alternator, you can bench test it. I mean, you know, put this guy back on, but leave these bolts a little loose. Don't actually tighten them up. Don't tighten them up, because as soon as you tighten them up, you're gonna leave signs of wear on them, and you go to return them, they won't take it back. So that's a little tip, a little hack. But that's a little hack I'm teaching y'all. But don't say nothing to the guy at the auto parts store, because, you know, not unless you're real cool with them, but that they look for signs like that when you crank them down. But on this one, I do know that the alternator was bad. Okay. And yeah, do not take this one off. You don't need to take this the ECU off. But basically, put 3 bolts back in. Put 3 bolts back in, tighten it down, and then put the tensioner, you know, with either the tool, or I use the pair of channel locks on here to lift it up, and then put it back on. And put the battery terminal back on the battery, so you won't. I mean, now that you got the piece in here, and right now I'm gonna finish tightening these up, but I just left them off like that, just, you know, so just a little tip from Uncle Gilbert. But yeah, I'm gonna tighten those up, and then we'll give it a start up, and we'll check voltage, make sure everything's good. All right, now that we got this bad Johnny right here, this turbocharger of energy, this energy turbocharger, we got this sucker hooked back up. Now it's time to put the air box on. This guy, see these little nubs? They got to stab in there, lock in. Now, you're doing this yourself. You're gonna find that little inlet right there, that cold air inlet, you're gonna have to lift it a little bit to get it inside there. Because if you just try to jam it in there, one hand, like I've been doing, one hand in it, you're gonna have to lift the bottom up. Get in the hole. Wrong hole. Hold on. I need 2 hands. Okay, now that it's in there, you just simply push those things in from right here. Hit it. They're both in there. Those right there. Yep. In. Back there. In. Now up here. Get this guy that you took out. Back in there. Make sure it drops in all the way. Hang tight. Hang tight. This guy wasn't on very tight. Just give it a good hand tight because it is plastic that you're drilling on. Not really drilling, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, next. Don't forget to put this guy on. Next, you're gonna get the these air hose. Put it over. Remember, this guy's got to go in. Put this hose between that locker. Don't forget to put this guy back on. And it's actually missing a little nub or something that went up and went through here, but it's beside the point. I mean, this, when it's on there on this hose clamp, it's plenty tight. Okay, now you're gonna get a flathead. Which, look at that guy. Pry bar. Can't really see, but sorry, I'm not at my house right now. I'm at a customer, aka my mama, and their neighbors are kind of nuts, always yelling. But it's during the day, they can do whatever they want. I wish they didn't ruin my video. So now that we got that on, pop this sucker back on. I'm gonna start the car. Alright, now that we got everything back together, alright, now that we got everything back together, I'm gonna go ahead and use my battery charger with the alternator percentage just to show y'all it's working. I got it hooked up right now. I'm gonna crank the car. Okay, got it running. Now it's at 50%, 62%. Earlier it wasn't showing anything. Alright. Now, another way you can test it is if you get a voltmeter and you put it on volts. Obviously, you put one on the positive. Hopefully it sticks. One on the negative. Now you got 13 volts, which is good. So it's putting out, earlier it was putting out like 8. 8's not going to do anything. It's just going to shut the engine off. But I call this job done. So if you get anything less than 14, 13, 12 volts, your alternator's going in the pooper. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it battery percentage. Now it's at 100 charged, not even charging, but the alternator is the turbocharger is powering up the battery. it's making all the voltage. So I mean, it is a few things to show you that if your stuff is good. I mean, like earlier, the car was dying at idle. I mean, I can tell you a lot of things. Could be numerous electrical problems, mechanical problems to shut your stuff off. But on this one, this is one of the tests you can do. Show you. But I kind of diagnosed it with the simple voltmeter. But job well done. High five, guys. Oh, dropped the wrench. Anyways, if this little job I did, helped you out, as always, hit that like button. Hit me up with a comment if you got a question on any of the stuff here. If you have a similar problem, but hit me up. I check my messages daily. I get alerts on my phone, so if you need something, I usually respond within minutes to an hour. Hit that subscribe button. I mean, y'all guys help me out every time, and I want to thank all the new subscribers to the channel. Y'all are the one partner MVPs. Thank y'all guys. As always, Gilbert with Ratchet Rice Rockets. Catch you on the next one.